Hello everyone, I'm Shubham Bhatt. Welcome back to Chess Short Trap. Today I'm about to show you some insanely cool tricks that can make your opponent's queen disappear before they even realize what happened. These traps are fast, sneaky, and super fun to use. So let's jump right in and shock your opponents. Alright, let's start with the Scandinavian defense. White plays e4. Black hits back with d5. We take the pawn, he brings out his queen, and now knight c3 attacks it instantly. Going back to d8 is actually the best move, but most players love dropping the queen to a5. And that's where the trap begins. We keep developing. He plays bishop g4, pinning the knight. Looks natural, right? But watch this. We hit that bishop. If he runs, we keep chasing. If he trades, we take back with the queen, also eyeing that weak b7 pawn. He tries defending with knight c6, but now bishop b5 piles even more pressure. He panics, brings his queen to help, and this is where we strike. Knight d5. His queen is attacked, his knight is hanging, and if he gets greedy and captures our bishop, boom! Knight c7. The royal family folk. Queen gone. And even if he tries saving the queen with qa5, we push b4. And suddenly, she has nowhere to hide. He's forced to take the bishop. And again, knight c7 check and sweetie is gone. Alright, now let's look at an opening where we literally trap the queen in between her own pieces. We start with the most popular setup, the classic Italian game. And here comes the surprise, knight to d4. This move leaves the pawn completely undefended. And yes, that's the bait. White happily grabs the free pawn, and then comes the stunning move, queen g5. Suddenly, we're attacking both targets at once, and it's super tempting for white to take on f7, forking our queen and rook. But the moment we recapture that pawn, white thinks rook f1 is safe. Nope, now comes queen e4 check. The king has no squares, and if white tries to block with the bishop, knight f3. A devastating smothered checkmate. Game over before the opening is even finished. Therefore, bishop e2 does not work. The queen has to take the bullet. And after all these exchanges, you're completely bossing the game. Alright, now let's look at a brutal trap when your opponent plays the Sicilian defense. We start with d4. Black takes, and we offer another pawn. Because of those doubled pawns, he always takes again. This time, we recapture. Now here's the pattern. Most players develop this knight, not the other one, because they are scared of our pawn pushing forward. So we get knight c6 on the board. We develop too, preparing the powerful e5 break. Black usually plays d6 to stop it. So we bring out the bishop, adding pressure on that weak f7 point. Black finally develops the other knight, but we still push e5 because our whole plan is to open the d file. Now black has two choices, pawn takes or knight takes. If he takes with the pawn, we immediately trade queens, and after he recaptures with the knight, boom! Knight b5 with a nasty threat of forking the king and rook. To prevent the check, he has only one move, king to d7. But then our other knight jumps in. The king has only one legal square to go. And then this knight check. And believe it or not, that's a beautiful checkmate right in the opening. Going back, in this position, instead of taking with the pawn, even if he captures with the knight, you simply exchange the horses. And it's the same idea. The d file is now wide open, so we bring in the bishop for a check. The king steps out of his palace, leaving her undefended, and eventually, this sweetie is gone. And guys, after trapping the queen this beautifully, I think you should trap that like button the same way. Show your support and smash the thumbs up below this video right now. Okay, now let's see another insane trap. We start with e4, and then knight c3. And yes, we're heading toward the same deadly pattern. Here, the most popular move is d4, but many players just can't resist grabbing pawns. So after d takes e4, we don't bother taking back because our plan is simple. Deflect the king and capture his queen. So bishop to c4 makes perfect sense, immediately targeting that tender f7 square. Black's most common move is knight f6, defending the pawn on e4. And now, we throw another pawn into the fire. Your opponent thinks you're blundering everything. But no, after he captures again, we still don't recapture. Just develop with knight f3, staying cool and calm. And now, if he gets greedy and takes another pawn, he's finished. The d file is wide open. The same tactic kicks in. Bishop check. The king gets dragged out into the open. And then we simply scoop up this beautiful queen in black. Alright, now let me show you another filthy trap. We start with d4, black plays d5, and many white players love going into the queen's gambit. Here, we counter with e5. Looks like a free pawn, so most players snap it instantly. And now we push d4, and suddenly that knight has no square to develop. So white tries to fix the problem with e3. And that's where he walks straight into the trap. Now, we strike with bishop b4 check. The most natural move is to block with the bishop. But then, pawn takes on e3. This looks like a free bishop for white. But hold on, if he takes it, everything collapses. Because now we play e takes f2 check. The king can't capture, the queen needs him. So he's forced to run to e2. And here comes the genius moment. Pawn takes g1, and we do not promote to a queen. We promote to a knight. Why? Because we want to give a forcing check. If we promote to a queen, white can ignore it, trade queens, and clean up everything. But a knight check? He must take it with the rook. And once he does, bishop g4 check. The queen is attacked twice. She has nowhere to run. And this sweetie is gone. It's completely over for white. And that's all for today, guys. You just learned 5 deadly queen traps that can completely shock your opponents. Try them out in your next games and watch their faces when their queen disappears. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Your support means a lot and helps the channel grow. Alright, it's puzzle time. Take a look at this position. It's white to move, and there is a beautiful winning tactic hidden right here. Your challenge? Find the winning move for white. Your timer starts now. If you want more time, just pause the video and calculate. And once you find the move, drop your answer in the comments. Let's see how many of you can crack this one. Alright, time's up. The winning move for white is bishop to g8. This move is brilliant because it immediately threatens mate on qmate 8. So black is forced. Either the king takes or the queen takes the bishop. And once that happens, rook takes d8 and this sweet little queen is completely gone. That was today's trap. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, keep trapping, keep winning.